Good evening, folks, and welcome to another night of Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm Kevin. I'm going to be your primary stream operator for the night. We've got a backlog of quests that we need to get done today, so we're going to get started on those pretty much right away. Thankfully, all of these require us casting green spells, and my go-to, of course, is our red-green aggro list. I'm going to do a quick review, make sure I don't have anything extraneous or any cuts I need to make. Just a quick review and see where we're at and see what needs to change. Yep, Pelt Collectors are still performing exactly how I want them to. Paradise Druids are fantastic. Ambush is still good. Yep. 3 is good there. We had the Domri now. Spellbreakers are an absolute beast. Questing Beast is actually a beast. Skargan Hellkite's doing a really good impersonation of a Stormbreath Dragon. You gotta appreciate that. Yeah, okay. We're at 16, 20, 22 lands is fine. Right? 99 is 18. Sorry, 24 lands. Still fine. 2 temples, because a third makes us too slow. Only 2 Castle Embereth, that makes sense. Yeah, I think... yeah. Deck was looking just fine. Let's see, where are we at in Standard Ranked? Well, we're going to find out. Last I recall, I think we were able to make it up into Gold. Yep, we're in Gold. Excellent. Let's see if we can't. Let's see if we can stay in Gold. This hand does not keep us in Gold. I can keep this. Fancy Yuri on deck, so they're just going to try. Oh, it's Joda. Not actually Joda, but it's potentially Joda. So I don't think I want to keep this. Yeah, Ambush isn't going to do anything. So get rid of the Ambush. It's not going to do anything early. Let us tap land. Oh, we're on the draw. Love that. Starting the play, rather. Start playing Urion. Not excited about that. We have to be very aggressive to try and pressure them down and beat them before they get to do anything. Thankfully, we drew our 2/2 haste. And I want the haste. I want to be able to hit them as fast as possible. As many times as possible. Spellbreaker will also be coming down with haste. Oh, they remembered to play land. Dang it. I was hoping they'd forget. Thankfully, though, this is kind of a slow start for them. Normally, they want to get the Arboreal Grazer down on 1, so they can accelerate into 3 mana much sooner. Like, they're still going to untap a 4 mana on their next turn. They're the land, at least. Yeah, let's continue to pound our opponent with hasters. Obviously, going to take the easy chump block with the Zeratrog Goblin and pushing 3 damage. Just like that, our opponent's down 5 life. The R15 is going to be the hard part. But the first quarter is a little scary for our opponent. Okay, Risen Reef. Looks like they're a slightly more creature-heavy version than what I'm used to seeing. Okay, yeah, they're a Kairuda deck. That explains some of these things. So you can play an R Haster, Bone Crusher something. With the Garuda in hand and 3 dark cards, so you can play the Garuda next turn. So is this Bone Crusher better used at going to the face, or is it better used at going elsewhere? I think the answer is we'll find out later. Once again, they can make some pretty... They can make some chump blocks. 0-3 on a 2-2. Okay. Deal 5. I want to keep the Risen Reef around. Which is great. It means they're trying to do something off their Risen Reef, so we can Bone Crusher in response if they're going to do something. To kind of stop them from getting value. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they don't have a plan to do anything afterwards. They need this. Sweet. So let's not let them get value. Ooh, Fibble Fib. That's cool. Oh, I have some customers, so I'll be right back. Alright, folks, I'm back. I unfortunately had to effectively DC there, but it happens. But up until that point, I had to walk away. Felt like that game was going pretty well. Definitely we were in a winnable position, or at least a favorable position. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we got a 1-drop. We got a 3-drop. We got some of our top end. We have a somewhat okay 3-drop card. Yeah, I'm fine keeping this. I did not notice if we were on the play or draw, but not too worried about it. All right, on the play, like that. Cool, play a 1-drop. Best draw here is actually the Paradise Druid. Second Pelt Collector is tragic, but let's just play a land tapped. And first, play the Pelt Collector. Set next turn. Ooh, what we really need right now is another land. If we don't hit that third land, we're going to be in trouble. You hit the third land, we have to swing in for 8 damage next turn, and that's going to be pretty nice. Well, this is not good. Oofda. I'm getting flashbacks to the Naya. Ooh, hey, wait, land. There was a deck in Standard for a bit using Feather, this card, Season of Growth, and I don't remember what the last one. But yeah, you just used all these things that give you buffs when you target it with spells, and then you used Feather to buy back the spells, and you used a bunch of other stuff to just combo out and kill your opponent. Thankfully, we hit our third land, so now we just begin our assault. I think we did walk into a potential blowout with our opponent having a spell. The scariest part here is if they don't attack. Ah, there's the Feather. This is the... Yep, this is the deck. This is what does it. Go to the land. If we attack with both, we can get the Embercleave in play. It makes this a 4/4 double strike. Everything else. I like that. Downside here is this Feather eats our Spellbreaker real good. So I think we're just going to do the thing. Yeah. We're gonna Embercleave. We have Spellbreaker and Questing Beast for reload afterwards, and we can eventually re-equip the Embercleave to one of these guys. So we're going for the block here. So we'll kill this, but we can push 8. I like pushing 8. Let's currently has hexproof, so they can't really stop me from doing this. They have to have instant speed removal for our Ember Cleave, which they highly doubt they have. Awesome. Bip, bip. Granted, we are at 18, so there's a chance that our opponent is able to kind of combo off here in our at the end of our turn. Not so much even end of our turn, just simply. Cast a Defiant Strike with the 1 open mana. Oh, God's Willing will work. We'll do it. Scry 1, get a counter on it, untap. It goes back to hand. Oh, they're not going to get it back yet. Comes back at the end, next end step. So they're not going to get that back until later. So they'll have it back. They'll have it back on my turn. All right. So you're going to buff this thing up and crash in for some damage. They'll have 2 God's Willings in their hand on my turn. Ah, Solar Blaze. Pretty good. Oh, they're just dead now. Wow. Yeah, that was... Wow. Cool. The Solar Blaze was sweet. I liked that. That was a really cool play, but... Yeah, Questing Beast. You gotta respect it. It's big, it's scary, it does the damage. It's a green haster. It's like green fireball. Alright, we got 3 lands, no 1-drop, but we have a Temple, which is effectively a 1-drop, and then we have a pair of pretty good 2-drops, and this Questing Beast. Yep. We will keep this. Run the play like that. Scry. I don't really need this 3rd 2-drop, so we can get rid of that and hopefully hit something a little bit more impactful. Preferably a 3-drop. Land is not what I'm looking for. Well, let's play the 2/2 of haste and push damage because our opponent is never going to block this. They need their goose. They need their goose too much. I'm going to put them on Jun's Sacrifice with Mayhem Devils and Corvo, the Fey Cursed King. If not, this could just be an Adventurers deck. Ah! Now that is a neat one. Well, let's play a 3/3. We'll try and outstep this big boy. Be a bit too much of an overcommitment of resources, but I strongly consider doing the Domri's Ambush and then attacking. So then it does the 3 damage here, and then you attack for 3. So that if they block, they lose their Brontodon, which then causes me to lose my Gallia, and technically the Domri's ambush, so it's not that good of an exchange for us. It being a 3/4 is pretty thick. Makes it a bit tricky for assigning trades, but luckily, we're all good. Also, we need to do some shenanigans here. Play the Domri. Activate a Domri. Let's add a green, shall we?
What's that? Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
Let's permanently make the Gallia bigger. And then I'll deal 4 here. It's the Thrashing Pontodon. Make it so both these creatures are 4/3s. Even better here as well is that we have 2 creatures in play. We have a second green source right here that we can use. So that next turn we can play this Questing Beast, or we can also play this Gargan Hellkite. Either way, we'll have 3 creatures that can attack next turn. So we'll trigger Gallia and cycle a card into 2 cards. Gallia having card advantage is such a fantastic scenario. Yep, there's the Mayhem Devil, so now they can start shooting things for point of damage whenever they sacrifice a permanent. Although I feel like they might be a little too late on getting set up. Ooh, Cauldron Familiar, okay. Never mind. They can stack up some good damage here between using the oven.
Can't finish your job.
Using the oven and the Cauldron Familiar. Getting these triggers together. Yeah, I like doing 5 damage in the air.
I bow to no one.
Get this bad boy haste. We'll go to combat. We'll attack with the whole crew. We'll take this action. Turn our 3-drop into 3 mana worth of cards. Block sacrifice, block trade. Sacrifice is there. Trigger, deals a point of damage to the target. Gets the food back. And then whenever they want, and then probably right now, so they can still trigger again. Deal another point of damage, get the cat back.
Oh, please, sir, give me some more.
Trade, and then we'll take 5 and go to 5. Alright. Our Domri is unprotected, but we're not concerned about that. Our opponent is staring down a 5/4 flyer and a 4/3. They need to do something, and if they don't, they're looking at they're looking very dead. This is a lifelinker, which is scary. And very unfortunately, this is a fight, so it's not a punch. So I can't use the Questing Beast to quite kill it off. So I don't want to just run my Questing Beast into this Cavalier. Oh, because that does return the Mayhem Devil. This is a bit awkward. So we could use... Ah, I see. We also only have 2 green sources. Yeah, okay, we'll do it this... Ooh, we needed to not do it that way. That's fine. We'll just cast the Zertrod instead. We'll go a little bit wider. We need to add green. Yes.
Oh, have at it, boys.
We'll cast this bad boy. We'll give it a +1/+1 counter. And unfortunately, we don't get to attack. Actually, if I had given that haste, it'd be a 3/2 attacker. They gain 4. They have to block the questing beast. They block the Zertrod. Yeah, they end up living there. Yeah, they end up living at 4, losing the Goose, losing the Cavalier. I lose questing beast. They get back Mayhem Devil, and that isn't worth it. Okay, second Cavalier is going to be a problem. We don't have a way of buying back the Skargan Hellkite. And they're going to start eating away our creatures. Oh boy. This is bad. This is very bad. We needed an Ember Cleave or something. That's not an Ember Cleave. I don't know if we have an out. My hope is we can go wide enough.
Nothing disgusts me more than law and order. Ugh.
The hope is that we can potentially just dirtle, which is not what we want to be doing. Our out would be Domri's Ambush. Even then, killing those things gives him back his creatures. Yikes. Yeah, this is looking very much favorable for our opponent at this point. Oh, let's see, sacrifice any number of permanents to draw a bunch of cards. Okay. What do they want to sacrifice? Oh, excuse me. Oh. Burning off 2 lands to draw some cards. Yeah, it's game. Four lands, 2/2 drops, and a 3-drop. So we would need to not draw any more lands. We're on the draw. Ugh. Why not? Okay, well, we drew one of our best creatures. We curve into it quite nicely. So maybe this is going to go better than I thought. The question is, do I want to play a 2/2 that gets blocked, or do I want to play a 3/3 that can trample over it? Now I say, I want trample, but 3/3 that forces a block. Or rather, forces a trade. And hey, if necessary, what next turn we can instead play the Domri, have them fight, and then punch you for 4. Okay. So this is the Austrasis Sprig. It's the Mutate deck. It's the mutate deck. No blocks. Wow, they had everything. Okay, well, we're killing this now, which is fine. We have the Domri to do so. Play the Domri, hit. Cool. Awesome. Let's land. Play a Domri.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you running away.
And let's get rid of this guy. They've already gotten too much value off this. If they're able to play anything on top of it in addition, then we're in a lot of trouble. Paradise Druid is also a really good target for them to mutate onto because it has
Oh, looks like you're all mouth
oh, cool.
and no hands.
All right, we're pushing damage. We're making it happen. Soul Time mutate. Yep, and there's the Strix. That's what we expected. Got a Polywog off of it. Not bad. No blocks here. Gladly take 6 and push 4 next turn. Okay, a land. Center's tapped. Not the land I was trying to play, but okay. Let's play a Haster. And let's play another Haster. I will discard a card at random. All right. Well, can they kill me? There's a lot of things in their deck that could kill us. So they are going to Rampant Growth, and then they're going to Osprace's Strix. 2 lands. Love to see that. The goal is to miss End-Raze Forerunners, the big Trampler. They have 1 card in hand. They're not going to increase the damage by 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 mana. Every time they mutate, they're going to get more stuff. Kind of just want to block. How safe is it to block? Well, blocking means that we can't counterattack for lethal. Not blocking opens us up to losing. I think this is a 50-50, so we're just going to no block. And if they have the buffs acquired... No, okay. So then what do they have then? Do they just not realize they're dead? Wow. What is their last card? What are they holding? When this enters, turn a creature your opponent's controls. Gotcha. That's fine. That's fine. I'm assuming they're going to choose to bounce the Questing Beast. That's fine. We'll take 2 from the Goblin. And die. Bang. Cool. That worked. That was a little scary there. I was trying to figure out what could they possibly have to kind of pull out there at the last second. Awesome. All right, so that's all the quests done. So let's see what other fun game modes we have. to the workshop and try and get this Haversack of Favor. Okay, so what decks do we have? We have green-white Teamwork, and we have mono-black Night Whispers. I want to check out this green-white deck. Wait, what? Here we go. I don't know what's in either of these decks. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to play a deck. I want to see what happens. We're playing against Dragon. Alright. Hand seems pretty gas. Fantastic hand. We got great 1-drop. Great land on 2. Get this card out of here. Ooh, okay. Now we will pay 2 life for this bad boy and draw a card. Everyone loves drawing cards. Ooh, nice. Now we get to play a Sun Petal Grove into Night of Autumn if necessary, and if not, we can do a force into something else. Actually, we can just convoke this into play. We could blow up their Mind Stone. Or we can go wide. I kind of like going wide. And to effectively go wide, we can play this, and we play this. Boom. Boom. We have a flourish that we can use. Okay, and now for convoke here, convoke here, convoke here, tap for convoke, tap for normal, give all these bad boys a counter, and now we just need our opponent not to have damnation. Don't do it. Don't have a board wipe. 2, 4, 7, 10, 14. I have 14 damage on board. Plus 10. I have 24 damage. I'm swinging in for next turn. Actually, that's 6 mana to cast. We only have 4 mana in we have 5 mana. So in the top deck a land, and then we don't get to swing up the land of our elf. Which will take 4 damage off, so we're fine. So top deck a land, we win. Not a land. It's fine though. I don't need to cast anything. I knew there was a reason why we were holding on to these bad cards. Tendrils of Corruption. Okay. Hey, the land. Smack, smack. If only your creature had lifelink. Oh, we got 500 coins. Awesome. Okay, well, that's done. Let's go do the brawl. I believe there's also a... It's the monster brawl. I could try building a red-green with Domri as the commander. That does sound interesting. All right. We got a 1-drop. Not much else. And it's really slow. Yeah, this is really slow and bad. Get this out of here. This is also pretty garbage. But not that bad, so we'll keep it. It is bad, though. And our opponent's trying to screw us over by having a Sphinx as their Sphinx in their upkeep. Okay, you're awesome. So they're going to be trying to ramp and play big things. Oh, Lotus Field. Yep, that's how you ramp and play big things. Okay, so this is like power forward, greater travel. Oh, Vantis. I don't like that. I would prefer if you did not have a creature. I can't mutate this yet. Well, this is instant speed. This is instant speed, and this is instant speed. Time to pass turn. Like I could have cast my commander, but I'd much rather, you know, I've got instant speed interaction. I'd rather hold that up. No. Stop having your... I don't want you to have your command. Double counter spell to make your opponent concede. That's why I kept it. That's why I kept it. Oh. That feels so dirty. Essence Scatter. Negate. Enemy of Enlightenment. 6 mana, 5/5. Gets -1/-1 for each card in your opponent's hand. Again, each upkeep, each opponent discards a card. Wow. Pretty good. Oh. Not each opponent, each player. But. Alright, cool. Well. That was pretty neato. We're going to go back to playing standard ranked. right. We got 3 lands. We have a mana dork. We've got a nice curve, please. 2 or 3 drops. I'll try it. Now we have a bit of interaction. I like that too. I do not like that my opponent has 2 mana open. What card in my hand do I want to have countered? The Goblin. Okay. So now haste. Pellet Collector being where it is unfortunate.
Longer. Stand by and watch. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Let's just play things on curve. This is protection against targeted removal. It's also protection against Shatter the Skies.
That's more like it.
I will cast a Gibble Gobble. He still can't Shatter. He also still can't... he can't Omen of the Sun. Let's make 2 blockers with lifelink. We want to pressure his life total primarily. So we'll split up the damage. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that is the last game we're going to have to concede due to customers. But I am fully expecting to have to lose every game we play to a customer coming in. But that's not a bad thing. We're having customers coming in and hanging out. Actually, they're not hanging out because that's not okay, but they can come in, say hello, and pick up product. So, let's see what we have. We've got double Gallia, Zertra, and Questing Beast. If we draw the forest by turn 4, we'll be able to play Questing Beast and guaranteed have a Gallia for that turn. We're on the draw, so if we draw a Pelt Collector, this hand is actually insane. Yeah, I've convinced myself. 3 lands and double Haster is pretty good. Interesting. Bone Crusher's great. Ah, I see a theme. So you're playing mono white flyers. Well, if that's the instance, then I think we need to get bigger than they do, so they can't block us. More Pegasus. More flyers. Okay, I see what they're doing here. Yeah, we're just going to start turning our creatures sideways, try to kill our opponent. We have a Questing Beast next turn. We have Gallia and a Bone Crusher. This is all about just turning your things sideways as fast as possible. If they want to make some trades and chumps, that's fine. Our goal is to kill them as fast as possible. They're playing mono white flyers. It's a permutation of mono white aggro, where the whole goal is play as many things as possible, turn them all sideways, and hope your opponent dies before you run out of cards. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8 damage coming in. Okay. Doesn't have reach, so it can't stop any of this. So we have to Bone Crusher to not die. And we need to get rid of 2 of the damage. Okay. Go to 1. Go to 2, rather. Alright, they're at 12. Another Stomp. Another Stomp doesn't do it, though. We're dead. You don't have anything with reach? Oofta. Yeah, we needed a. Instead of the stomps, we needed to see Domri's ambushes. Man, we just what really needs is that we need to have a creature of reach, a green creature, like a 4-drop green creature of reach. Would really love it. I feel like Questing Beast, you know, definitely needs reach. It needs reach. Now, it's a green creature. It's a big green creature. It should have... It's a Hydra. It has multiple heads. It should have reach. No, it should not. I'm being facetious. Don't... It does not need reach. It already has too many... It already has too many things. All right. We're not doing anything on 2, except for maybe Domri's Ambush with his hand. Rhythm is kind of bad here. We need to draw... We need to draw lands for this hand to be good. Keeping Hellkite's really bad if you only have 2 lands. Yeah, I'll have to mulligan. I don't want to mulligan this hand. I think this hand's worse than the first one. Anyway, we're going to get rid of... We're not playing the Pelt Collector in this hand, so we're just going to mulligan it. Because we can't play it on 1. Actually, we're drawing on 1. So yeah, there's a chance we drop that exactly. Okay. That's our 4th land. Is that going to be helpful here? Yes, we'll take it. Ah, we're playing against blue-green flash, I see. You're going to have second counterspell, and it's going to be a quick GG from me. Told you. Night Pack Ambusher. He's a second ambusher, but I'll walk right into it. Okay. Okay, we're back. Actually, I'll try that again. Okay, we are back and ready to go at it again. Continue the grind and trying to get as close as... See if we can get some wins going here in Gold Ranked. Alright, we've got a Pellet Collector, we've got a Paradise Root, we've got a Bone Crusher. That's a pretty nice curve if I've ever seen one. The lands to do it, and a Paradise Druid so we can eventually play this Temple without having to worry about losing mana efficiency. We're gonna get Quelched again. I didn't need to attack first. Gosh dang it. Order lol. Am I playing Bant? Okay, well. Yeah, we want as many creatures in play as possible, as fast as possible, so we can Ember Cleave. So we can play a Temple. Get this out of here. Then we play a second Druid. Then we can attack for 4. Our opponent has second white source into Shadow of the Skies. We probably concede. That's not a second white source, so what do they have? 'Cause they're going to need something. Ah, Tamia.
Dueling you will be excellent research. No tail should be discarded.
So he casts this. Attack with 4. That's not enough. Let's not Ember Cleave in this turn. Risk hitting our opponent in the face. Get a white source. Shadow of the Skies. There it is. That FX is still way too loud.
To the library.
Now, what are they naming? What are they looking for? Aether Gust. Interesting. Okay, well, play a land. And, let's cast it. They do have enough cards in their graveyard to bring Uro back. Yep.
The past is never forgotten.
That game was a mess. I was too afraid of Squelch on 2, and also just inherently the idea of blue-green flash again. Problem with the blue-green flash deck is that it's very akin to what this deck does, which is play creatures, have a random assortment of 1-for-1 cards that try a 2-for-1 that end up kind of being more of a 2-for-1, and hoping that kind of throws your opponent off balance just enough that you can kind of squeak in the extra damage you need and like either stick to the board or just end up having more card advantage in the form of cards in hand. We can keep this. So when a deck like that goes up against a deck like mine, whoever's in the play generally determines who wins. All right, I see we're playing against mono red beatdown. No blocks, take damage. Light up the stage into something else. Ah, Runaway Steamkin. About the same. Yeah, I'll just play a 3/3 at phased. We can ambush and then counter push for 6. We can play a rhythm, but that's way too slow. Yeah, we'll play an ambush. One, two, three, four, five, six. They have 6 in play, so they can do some buffs here and potentially burn us out. Actually, I think we're just dead here. They're doing 8 originally. Well, they'll only increase the damage by 4. So we're still alive. Attacking with 2 is not enough to get this down. Beast is not big enough to block or stop what's going on here. This is a much better hand. Tapped red source, but we don't really need the red source till 3. So we can go turn 1 forest, turn 2 forest, and be fine. Don't know what they're on yet. I've seen this in a Mardu Knights list, and I've also seen it in just mono white. It's a Jackal Hop. No blocks. These being 2-1s is kind of unfortunate because it means that even after we buff this up to 2, it doesn't. We're still be in. We're still in the trade. We'll still be trading. I don't want to be trading. Ah, I see. That's pretty good. Wow, that's really good. Well, we'll play a 3-3, and we'll play a druid, and we'll hold back. Unfortunately, our opponent's just going much bigger than we are. We don't have any good blocks. That's gross. Well, for a multicolor. Assuming they have a combat shirt? Okay. Alright, let's see what happens. They have one card in hand. What can they do to make this really good for them? Instant speed buff or protection. Okay, nothing. Cool. I'll make my Pelt Collector bigger and trade. Gotcha. This bad boy has trample. We're at 8. Take a trade there. We'll also trade here. Can only assign 7 to the face. So we'll double up on the dinosaur. Take 3. Pull off some stuff. Well, see what happens. Got blocks. Fair block. Block. Activate. Alright, what's your top deck? What's your last card? That's really good. And that's really bad. 1 drop, 2 drop. Questing Beast, potentially for top it. One, two, three, four. I'll pay 8 life to be consistent. Squelch is a realistic thing. Essence Scatter is also a spell, but I'm not too worried. So still push 4. I think it's a Squelch out of hand for the Questing Beast. They could potentially have a Mystical Dispute as well. Then I need a second counter spell for next turn. It's okay, it's not quite lethal. I like the cards in my hand. I don't need any better. They're not going to get any better. Ah, yes. This card. Just as flash, right? Yeah. All right, what's your next trick? You got it. Take 2, Evildoer. Guess who's back? Sultai Flash is pretty interesting as a concept. Eventually they'll run out of tricks. They need a second creature. They're still dead on board. Sure. That happens, I guess. And that's why you leave shock open. Ah, Luca fires. Well, not fires anymore, but definitely foresee a Luca coming down in the future. Actually, no, because Luca doesn't put Agent Treachery into play anymore, so it might just be box standard blue-white control. They are running a 60-card deck, so they're not running just the trimmed-up version of standard blue-white. Urion.
Right on schedule.
Bounce back the Pelt Collector.
Let's try
Yep.
this.
The question now is, do we play a 3-3 with? Do we play a 4? Actually, we play a 4-4. We play the 4-4. It's our opponent. So if our opponent wants to Shatter the Skies, they don't get that much value. This also lets us next turn play a land, then go into a Rhythm Pelt Collector.
Nothing.
So they have mana for Quelch, and they have mana for Omen of the Sea. I'll leave Embercleave up. Wait a minute. I cannot Embercleave. That's very upsetting. Yeah, we'll try the Rhythm, see if they'll let it resolve. It did? Interesting. Okay. Well, see what our opponent's got. Yep, just the Omen of the Sea. Alright, what are we doing?
I'll protect you.
Ah, right. We got this trigger. Activating here. Passing turn. We want this untapped. Still can't get rid of that effect, so let's try and get rid of it. We won't be able to Embercleave this turn, but it does clear up the ability to Embercleave in a future on a future turn potentially. Ah. It's pretty neat. Let's kill Domri, shall we? Let's give it haste. Let's give it a counter. Let's kill Domri. Not Domri. Teferi.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Okay. Still have a rhythm. Only have 2 green sources, so we're going to need a third green source. We want to be able to cast the Pelt Collector and a Questing Beast. Deputy getting ready to Zertra. Okay. Still got the rhythm. That's pretty good. Questing Beast is probably just the best pick here as the singular spell as opposed to casting a Spellbreaker and a Pelt Collector. The Spellbreaker of Haste, and you'll get a counter from Spellbreaker, and Spellbreaker being a 4/4 haster is pretty good, but Pelt Collector will just bounce off the Deputy. And this pushes 5. Yeah, let's do 5 damage to our opponent's face. Force them to have another board wipe. Deputy probably should have hit the rhythm. Dream Trawler, definitely scary. Only have 1 mana up though afterwards, which means we can do some shenanigans here. Alright, if we play 2 creatures, that's going to be 4 mana. We attack with 3 creatures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually can't do both creatures and Embercleave, but we can do a second creature. 1, 2, 3. No, we cannot. So we have to play Pelt Collector, and that's it. And then be able to attack a Questing Beast. Or we just attack a Questing Beast and then have Embercleave. I like that, so let's do that. Bang, bang. We end turn. Yep. Gaining 5, attacking Dream Trawler. Elspeth, getting rid of the Questing Beast. Yep. And all permanents attached to it? No, it's right here. Okay. Cost 3 to equip. Sounds good. So the Spellbreaker will have haste. And we'll still have 3 mana afterwards. Haste. +1/+1 counter. Activate. I'll attack with 10 for 10 damage with trample. Oh no, my non-creature spells cost 2 more to cast. I'll be sure to keep that in mind for when I'm casting my non-creature spells next turn. Are you going to shatter this guy? Ah, Kiora. Alright. That is an 8/8. That is pretty big and spooky. Miss Hand is incredibly slow and not at all something I'd ever want to keep. No 1-drops. Well, I only get the 1/1 drop, but there we go. Much better. Get rid of the Hellkite. Actually, I want to keep the Temple. No, get rid of the Hellkite. No. Yeah, Hellkite, Silver Scry. We can find something else. Ah, Team Adventures. Yep, you have a beast. His House Smite creatures get over top of his, or makes them be faster, but right now we need actual things that help us. So instead, we're going to play a 3/3. Make our guy bigger. Not attacking into this 5/5. Well, thankfully now they can't attack with their 1/1s. But they can play another 5/5, which is pretty gross. That land was the last thing I wanted to see there. Well, let's sacrifice my board to draw some cards. I discarded the one card I would have liked to keep. Okay. Must be drew the Embercleave for the mana to cast it, so that's kind of neat. Let's push damage. Hey, there's a Clover. I guess if they have any buff spell, we're dead. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well. Holding back the 1/1. Okay. Ah, they have a giant. Gonna stomp us for 4. They're gonna let us get to this point to show off. So either our opponent doesn't have a sideboard and they just realized, or we're taking way too long. Oh, I see. This hand is terrible. I'll keep this one. And we can get rid of the second Galio. Oh, we only have one Galio. I'll get rid of this second Zertrod. Yeah. Like having ambush for potential. Oh, Luris, which means you're up against Cycle. Yeah. Ambush is going to be really helpful against their Flourishing Fox. Mountain? Yeah, it's Cycle. It's red-white. Makes sense. Early Fox, it's nice to see. I will gladly take this trade, but they will not trade. They want this for damage. A more well thought out turn. Here we go. Would have been Dombri's ambush hitting here and then attacking for 3. They can get out all if they want though. I'm okay with this. The scary part will be once they get enough cyclers in here that Zenith Flare becomes a real threat. So we can cleave now. Not too interested in that. They're tapped out, so we can continue to play kind of clean. We can try to clean up their board, or we continue to try and aggress. We're not doing that much damage to them every turn. I don't want to discard this Ember Cleave randomly off the Gallia. So it's a 1 and 3. Should I just do something like this? Make this big, get rid of their guy. Attack with both. If they block here, then we get to play a second Gallia. They didn't. Okay. All right. There's the second Stinger. Only 4 cards in the yard, so I'm not scared of a Zenith Flare yet. Only attacking with the 1 is interesting. Two mana up. There's nothing actually in that deck at 2 mana, so it's just more cycle effects. So at this point, we're just going to put the Questing Beast. Sure. Of course we discard it. Typical. That's fine, though. We'll get it back from some other means. Trading pushes damage over time. And yeah, the trade with the healer, then it pushes damage over time because that healer is going to be getting them multitude of life over the next few turns, depending on how long this game goes. And the block with the stinger, it protects our life total. They're double blocking. Okay, interesting. Killing off the 4/4. Fine by me. Nice Temple of Abandon. We will scry. We definitely don't want a Paradise Druid. That card isn't doing anything for us. Now all we need is a Spellbreaker coming in. Use of 2 mana, which then leaves us with 3 mana.
Duels up a pot snobs. Let's just. Oh, I wish you could see your face while I'm beating you.
And how many cycle cards are they at? 8. Okay, so no fear of Sound Flare killing us. Still with Gallia from hand next turn. If he gets rid of the Questing Beast, we just have a second Questing Beast. Quiet Masquerade does block the Questing Beast. I don't know why I conceded. Did not need to concede yet. I guess they didn't have a... Oh, we also had Dom reactivation. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so we don't get a 1-drop, but we do have a solid 2-drop and a pair of 3-drops, so we'll hold on to it. And we have a turn, technically the turn 1 play of Stomping Ground. Okay, we're back. Cool. Tapped. Pass. That's feel bad. Okay. Sample. So you're telling me you're a slow control deck. Or rather, you're a slow deck. So, assumably, control. If you're playing control, I want to hit you as fast as I can. And as many times as I can. Two mana. It's just Omen of the Sea in this deck. So I don't mind walking into Not running Dovin's Veto. That seems too niche, too tech. I'm assuming they just have Omen. If they don't have Birth, they have Omen. Those are their 2 drops. They can't get bogged down with too many counter spells. Do one of these. Blow to red.
Have at it, boys.
Go to combat. Omen of the Sun is 3 mana? Yes, it is 3 mana. So I'm not worried about anything like that. So they're probably just holding open a cantrip, or they were just holding open... Yep, yeah, I was right. Hard read on the Omen of the Sea. Because if they're not playing if they're not playing Birth of Meletus on their turn on turn 2, then they're definitely playing Omen of the Sea, or they're holding open mana to try and make you play around it. Ah. Scribe 2 to the bottom. Land for turn. Castle of Vantress. Still only 1 white source. They can still very easily get a, whatchamacallit into play. Ah, and there's the fairy. Bouncing back to the Zertra Goblin.
Don't worry, I got this.
Another Ember Cleave. We can play the Goblin, give it haste, give it a counter, punch here, punch here. Yeah, why not?
That didn't go according to plan.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
All right. Oh, they missed their land drop.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Looks like they're missing their land drop again.
Might be a bad idea.
Goblin hits face.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
It's only a matter of time.
Keep the Domri away. Makes so they can't cast their board wipes on my turn, as well as just don't want Domri in play. Makes it so Domri makes Ember Cleave harder to cast. Okay, that only hits things 3 or greater, so that's going to get rid of the.
Looks like you're all mouth and no hands.
Oh, I have 5 lands and 1 creature. Now let's do it now. Doesn't matter the timing, as long as I'm in attackers. Bang, bang. There's this Bone Crusher right here. It's 4 mana, but it's also lethal. Especially if unless you get needs to get rid of the Goblin and have mana to stop my Bone Crusher. I don't think he does. I think my opponent is just dead. 3 mana. That's enough to do something. Omen of the Sun will gain him life, I believe, on ETB. Yeah, they know where they're at. Excellent. All right, well. We ranked up our ranked tier, so that's good. And I think that's going to be a good place to end the stream for today. Whenever another creature becomes the target of an ability of a land you control named Labyrinth of Scorphos, you may have Scorphos Maze Warden fight that creature. Oh, that's cool. That's fantastic. It's the Minotaur that haunts the labyrinth. It's a labyrinth Minotaur, but not. Yep, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in and chatting and watching and just being a part of the stream. We will see you guys tomorrow night for our usual Thursday night Final Fantasy tournament. If you're interested in getting connected with the community, whether it's being for Final Fantasy, Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or the many different fighting game communities we have as a part of our community, you should check out our Discord. There is a link in the video description. Tomorrow night, like I said, we'll be hosting a Thursday night Final Fantasy tournament. We host those online, so if you're interested in checking out and learning how to do if you're interested in learning how to take part in our Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday night Final Fantasy tournaments, definitely check out that Discord. We will get you all set up so you can participate and be on stream. With that said, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your night.